I got my dog 2 years ago, a corgi, and she's very much my sidekick. I've been with my fiancé for 5 years. My fiancé does like dogs, but she's currently pregnant and experiencing massive migraines and has been snapping at everything. So every morning when I get up, I find my fiancé already awake and at the table relaxing. As soon as I get out of bed, my dog goes nuts. It's like super energy, where she is running sideways, barking up a storm, jumping from the bed to the floor a million times, causing the apartment to shake because it's well old. And I sit there and sing made up songs to her and just mess about with her. It's pretty noisy and I can be loud. It's just a way of me interacting with my pet. I also have ADHD, so I'm fully aware that I can be ridiculously loud and sometimes I simply forget to tone it down. My fiancé has complained about it a few times and I will absolutely try to tone it down for a while, but as messed up as it sounds, the second she stops complaining and it's out of sight, out of mind, I start doing it again. If I catch myself, I apologise immediately, but sometimes I don't even catch myself doing it. So she's been getting up earlier than normal because she said she needs peace and quiet away from you and the dog, because she can't hear herself think when we get up, and then she starts getting migraines and being overall pissed off. But now she's complaining because I can sense her not in the bed anymore, probably after 20 minutes of her being gone and her warmth no longer there, and then I'm wide awake and the dog senses it, and So now she's getting pissed because she thinks I'm purposely not letting her have space and purposely annoying her with my behaviours. I'm not, truly, but it seems like it, I guess. I've tried just laying in bed for a while so she can relax, but I get stir crazy. And I also don't feel like I should have to stay in bed so she can be alone when I live here too. But she flipped this morning. I felt her sneaking out of bed this morning at 5 a.m. and tiptoe out of the room. I watched her sit at the table with her book. Well, the dog saw me awake and immediately goes ballistic, jumping on the bed, whining, barking. She comes in and says, "Will you guys calm down so I can have some time for myself for once?" I just side-eyed her because I'm getting pissed at this point with her demands. She says, "Well?" I tell her to get over herself. Just because she's pregnant doesn't mean I have to change who I am, or change how the household works, or change my dynamic with my dog. She immediately left after telling me to go F myself and won't answer my calls. She's been gone for 6 hours. You're the derriere. Your noise is literally causing your fiancé physical pain by triggering migraines. Get up and take your dog outside to play and train your dog before the baby is born. Pay for a professional trainer if needed. Do it now. Oh, I wonder why she told you to go F yourself. What a joke. Regardless of whether or not she's pregnant, she's getting migraines, and instead of making sure you don't cause them, it's almost as if you're going out of your way to prove a point. And yes, your dynamic with a dog will automatically change when you have a baby. And if it doesn't, don't be surprised to only see your kid once in a while. Before the next story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. So me, 44 female, and my 2 daughters, 18 and 20 female, all keep our hair really, really long, like knee length or longer kind of long. I've always had really long hair, and when they were young, they really loved my hair, so they grew it out to be super long too. They've always been allowed to cut it, but just never wanted to. 18 will be starting college in April and has a scholarship for a really nice university in the same city my husband's mother lives in. My mother-in-law hates long hair with a passion. She says it's gross and stringy, and she doesn't like the way it moves. She's had her hair cropped really short since before my husband was born. And when my husband asked if she could stay with her during the semester, she has a spare room and honestly could use a company. She replied that she would only let her live in the home if she cut her hair short. Her hair is knee length currently, but her grandmother says she'll need a bob of some kind to be acceptable. Of course, 18 was really upset by this because she doesn't want to cut her hair, but housing in the university dorms aren't a part of the scholarship and the rent isn't cheap. We will help her out, or we can, obviously, but it may be a little difficult. When we explained all of this to mother-in-law, she just said, "Are you going to fret over all of this just because none of you are capable of getting a haircut?" Which is insanely rude. Overall, I think she's being ridiculous. My husband is trying to reason with her, but he's tired of her bullcrap. Demanding your daughter cut her hair is only a glimpse of the control your miserable mother-in-law will try to exert over your kid. It will be her first year of college, and she should be free and expressive in a safe environment. Doesn't sound like mother-in-law's house is a place for that. I had academic scholarships for tuition and just took out loans for dormitory. It isn't ideal, but my repayment isn't terribly high because it was only for housing. Well, let your mother-in-law have short hair if that's what she wants, but telling someone they have to change their hairstyle to suit her is a no-go. Why does she think she has the right to demand this? I would find a solution which means that your daughter never has to live with this woman. And OP's update says, we found other arrangements with her father's sister, one of her favourite people in the world, who would never do anything to hurt her. Though, since she's an hour out, we're still looking into options of roommates near campus, or loans we can take out to afford the dorms so she can have a short commute and a good study environment. We're looking into other ways and we found a couple of different solutions. Don't worry, she's not going to cut her hair. And that is great to hear that her hair is going to stay the way she wants. I'm glad mother-in-law wasn't able to get her own way. And this is a quick story from r/justknowmother-in-law, which was really funny. It doesn't really need any commentary, but I just wanted to share it with you guys. My hubby and I recently bought a new home together. His mum started pestering us for a copy of the key in case of an emergency. I told her about the rule we have, and that is only residents get to have a copy of the key. She kept complaining and even got the family involved. Last week she demanded that a copy of the key be sent to her. I decided to grab a copy of the key to her house that my husband was keeping for years and sent it to her with a note saying, only residents get a copy, so this copy is for the home that you reside in. She was beyond livid about it. She told the family and I was called names. Now hubby is complaining about how I escalated and made a mistake by upsetting her further instead of just sticking to a no. I absolutely love this, and I want to know what mother-in-law's response was. If you liked today's stories, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.